My name is Sahira and I am here to teach you the beautiful art of belly dance. So I've been getting a lot of questions about arms and hands, and I will admit that that is not something that we focus on enough when we are learning belly dance. There's so many exciting movements happening in the hips and in the shoulders and in the belly that we often sort of leave the arms till last and keep them in several, beautiful, simple positions that we can use for everything. But when you really start to look at the details of hands, fingers, wrists, and arms, they are something beautiful that can really enhance our dance quite a bit. So I would like to take some time to work through some of my favorite arm and hand exercises in order to develop really beautiful, gorgeous belly dance arms. Today I would like to talk about the concept of the hand wave, a fairly simple, basic movement that moves energy down from your wrist through your fingers. To make this movement really happen, we have to really engage the muscles all throughout our hand, all through our fingers in the back of our hand, and really get into what I consider to be sort of a hyperextension of the hand to create a true wave through. So this is what we're going to try first. I would like you to place your hands flat. You can do this on a surface if you would like. And I would like you to lift your wrists without lifting your elbows and without lifting your fingers. Right? You're going to lift your wrists and you're going to leave your fingers pointing straight forward or leave your hands on that surface that you have them setting on. What this is engaging, and you can probably feel it, is all of the muscles in the back of your hand, yeah? I can definitely feel all these muscles through here stretching and engaging and lengthening to create that movement, right? So we are going to allow this energy, this momentum, this lift that has been created in the wrist to roll all the way through to the fingers. So as we do this, I want you to be very certain that your shoulders are relaxed and roll down back from the ears. I want you to be sure that your elbows are fairly stationary and are at whatever level, at about chest level. We're going to leave them here. All of the work is happening from here to here, and everything else is going to be fairly straight. So if you'd like to start with one hand, I'm going to start with my right because that's always my stronger hand, yeah? We're going to think about lifting the wrist and then allowing it to roll through. I come to a point where my knuckles are raised, my fingers are bent slightly but still engaged, and then I get that little roll through where my fingers bend and then extend as the energy that was generated from the lift in my wrist shoots through the rest of my hand, right? So again, I'm lifting the wrist. You'll notice nothing's really happening in the shoulder or the elbow, and I'm allowing this to translate through the knuckles, through the next knuckles, right? Down through my fingertips and out the hand. So my fingers are not all attached together as I do this. They're all pointing forward, basically. Seems like my pinky's a bit of a rogue. It's kind of a bit more on its own than the others. You might find yours do something a little bit different. But what I want us to avoid is fingers are all completely together, unless you're doing that for some stylistic reason, or fingers are all completely apart, which tends to look a little bit too claw-like, right? So we want to think about the fingers being gently together and moving in unison on this one, right? Lifting the wrist, floating through, lifting the wrist, floating through. So I feel this energy here is where I feel it the most, that lift, pushing through to the knuckles, the next knuckles, the fingertips, and roll through. The thumb is a bit on its own in this one, because it doesn't have quite the same extension and ability to roll through as our other fingers. So it's just sort of gently floating alongside the rest of the hand. Shall we try the other hand? Yeah? So same idea. Thinking of lifting in the wrist, lifting, hyperextending, fingers are gently separated, and then you roll through to the knuckles, to the next knuckles, to your fingertips and out. Roll through, lift and roll through, lift and roll through. Really feel it in the wrist. Yes, really use the wrist to lift and roll through. One more. So now once we've done this, there's a whole number of things we can do with these hands. These hands are my go-to when I'm dancing if I'm going to accentuate or have a little bit of flourish on the ends of my arms. These are the hands I use most often, either a wave or a circle, right, are the sort of flourishes that happen in my hand. From here, there's lots of beautiful poses you can utilize. You can bring the arms up over the head and use those hand waves like you are tracing the inside of a beautiful, like, scalloped doorway is what I sort of see if I bring my arms up, bring my fingertips together, and begin to hand wave from top to bottom. Yeah, lifting up, posing, finding that door frame, and waving the hands from top to bottom. I can wave the hands in front of me to create interest. I can wave the hands low or high, and I can even create interest up above, waving the hands just above my head here and letting my focus travel with them. Right. So let's just go ahead and dance with our hand waves, making our hands the focus of what we're doing, adding in some belly dance movements at times, but just really relishing the beauty and the strength of the hands and how much dance we can create with just the hands, yeah? So creating that hand wave. Let's start with them out to the side. And now let's bring them in opposition, little plie. Beautiful. Plie again. And standing on one leg, bringing the arms up, creating the top of our door frame. Waving down, pushing with the wrist, extending with the fingers. And then tracing a little line in front of us. And taking our weight on the other side, bringing the arms up to that door frame and frame. Same thing here. Little pushes in front of us, little pushes beneath, and the little pushes above. You should feel this in the back of your hands. I know I do. Little pushes in front of the face. Little pushes to accentuate what's happening in the hip. Like I'm drawing this movement out of my body. On the other side, draw the hip up. Above, and hand wave them down. And in front. And to the side. Bring them over the head. And to the other side.